Okay. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Chisme Chronicles Podcast.
11 episodes, dude.
Episode 11.
That's awesome.
We are very excited because we are...
Just because.
Yeah, what's the next milestone? 20.
25.
25?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I
Easy.
feel like, yeah. No, yeah. I mean, it won't be that long.
Yeah. On this episode, we are going to be changing it up just a little bit.
Wait, before you say that, I do want to say that we have started uploading clips.
Oh, ballin'.
So, and little TikTok shorts. So if you want to go check it out.
For sure. Yeah, thank you, Kaylee, for mentioning that. Yeah, so check out our TikTok. It is just like our channel, Chisme Chronicles. That's it, at Chisme Chronicles for Instagram and TikTok.
If you think we're funny, just go look at it.
Go check it out. Show us some support there, where we're posting clips and the highlights of these stories and whatnot. So
yeah, 100%. But anyways, yeah.
But also hard.
Switching it up today.
Yeah, so we talked about this in the last episode where we're gonna keep doing the Am I the Asshole stories, but also mixing in some, occasionally doing some different kind of content. Like today, we're just going to be doing a bunch of snippets of people talking about some of their worst or funniest kind of dating experiences.
Yeah, I think it'll be, So again, obviously we're going to keep doing the Am I the Asshole thing, but I think that right here is like where we're kind of more dependent on like audience. You know, like let us know if you think it's good. You know what I mean? Like if you want to see another one or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So,
what was your worst dating experience?
I have a couple bad ones. Okay, so I always tell a story of like this one date that was just, okay, to preface, I went on a lot of bad dates for an era, right? Like it was like, I was out of like a very short term, like little fling, but that had got me back into dating, and I was like, I'm just gonna go on every date that I can. Well,
I don't know. I like used to when you like someone, because like I'm married, so I
when you like someone when you're married.
I don't have a Tinder account, but like what, swipe right is the one where you like someone. Yes. Like you swiped to the right. And that means so you basically were like
no
just pumping them out.
No. I was only matching with people that like I thought were attractive and whatever. But then like basically what I meant was that like if I got to a point where we're mutually attracted to each other, we've had like an ounce of conversation, and you ask me out, I'm going to say yes. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so it wasn't just like anybody and everybody. It was just like, if we get to a point where you ask me out, I wasn't saying no to a date. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Oh, this isn't even the one I was going to tell, but this is a milder, but whatever. So I'm switching it up. Anyways, so I go on, this guy asked me out, right? And he's, asking if he can pick me up. And at the time I was stupid and I said yes. I said, of course you can. and so then he's getting out of the
horse and carriage.
Yeah. You know, like, he's getting out of the car. Oh, first of all, he texts me, he's like, I'm here. Okay. I walk out of the house, right? Yeah. Like I was already ready. Like we were going for we were gonna go watch a movie.
Was that bad that he just hit you with the I'm here?
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's what I wanted, because let me start all the way over. He had asked me if when he picks me up he can come knock at the door, and I said please don't. Okay,
cool. So he double checked with you first.
Perfect.
Like he's like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, exactly. So he texts me, I'm here. Perfect. I walk outside. I'm ready. Yeah. I'm like, hey, after like 2 minutes I was like, hey, where are you?
Oh, he wasn't outside.
He wasn't outside. And I'm like, where are you? And he was like, oh, I'm actually still like 10 minutes away, but I figured it was going to take you a while to come out. So I just told you that I was here already. Okay, and he's like, basically like, you know how girls are.
Damn.
And I was like, okay, this is already bad. And so then
he's like, I know how you are.
I was like, I walked right outside.
He was trying to anticipate. You know what I
like
mean?
a
Like
full
he was
10 minutes.
No, I mean I'm not saying I would have done it. I'm
like
not.
I had friends that I would go pick up. I had a friend in particular that I would always go pick her up, and I would text her when I was like 2 minutes away from being there that I was already outside because I knew that it was going to take her 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that's not a big. But he was fully 10 minutes away. Like this man probably hadn't left his house. Yuma was small. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so then I was like, dude, whatever. So then I was like, I'm going back. I was on the phone with him. I was like, I'm going back inside. Text me when you're here.
Yeah.
I will be outside promptly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
and so then he texts me again that he was here, and then this time I'm like, he gets out of his car, and I was like, okay, great, he's gonna open the door for me. Green flag, right? No, he insists that he wants to go to the door and meet my father. I have never met this man in my life. I have never met him. And he's like, I just want to shake your dad's hand. And I was like,
so
no.
Hard? You're like, no, like I don't. Why would I?
And he's like, I want to be like intentional, whatever. And I was like, I've never met you before. Like and I'm still okay. So again, the reason I was prefacing was that like with the saying no. So even if a date was bad, I was just sticking it out. Because I just wanted the stories. I wanted something to be able to tell my friends. I wanted a story for the group chat. I wanted a story for my coworkers. Yeah, I was thinking ahead
about, I was thinking like in the future I'm gonna have a podcast. There's gonna be an episode.
I wanted all the
It's probably gonna be episode 11 or 12.
just a prophecy. No, so whatever. So basically, I still go on the date. I get in this man's car. I get in his truck. Okay, and we get to the movie theater. We're watching. I can't remember if it was Venom or Shanghai, but it was one of those, a Marvel movie.
Okay.
This man on the way there is telling me that he's such a huge Marvel fan, whatever. I was like, hey, I like Marvel. I've seen all the movies. I was like, I'm not into like the lore, but like the movies are great. You know what I mean? Like, cool. And he's like telling me lore, whatever. That's fine. You can geek out. I'm here for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we get to the movie, and he's trying to hold my hand also the whole way walking up to the I don't know you. Don't touch me. Don't
like
hold my hand.
We're just hanging out.
Yeah.
We're just hanging out to get to know each other.
Before. Yeah. And so then
and so he was like, you're like walking, you guys are walking to the theater,
and he keeps trying to like do the thing where like you like
yeah he's
and I was like, ugh. Just like holding my purse, clutching my pearls. No, and so then
you're like, let go of me. Let go of me, Pablo.
We get there and
Pablo Francisco.
I like to
It's because Pablo Francisco, there's a comedian named Pablo Francisco. He used to do it like, let go of me. He's like, no.
That feels like, oh gosh. It feels like Vine humor.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like his stand-up comedy was like, reminds me a little bit of like one of the Key and Peele. Like the Megan.
Yeah.
It was just, but anyway, so that's just what I thought about, like him trying to touch you. And you're like, let go of me, Pablo.
No, straight up. I was like clutching my pearls. I was just trying to keep a distance, distance between us. And so then I'm very like on dates and stuff, especially like, I don't know, especially if it's not going well or whatever, like I'm wanting to split things pretty 50-50. I don't want you to feel like
I don't want you to treat me when I know that like we're not gonna see each other again.
Exactly. So then I go to like try and pay for the movie tickets, and he gets upset with me. Like he was upset, and I was like, hey, like it's not a big deal, like you can get the snacks, you know what I mean? I was like, this is, that's usually whenever I go to the movies, that's how I split it. It's like one of us gets the movie tickets, the other one gets the snacks. It's usually about even. You know what I mean? So whatever. And he's getting like upset with me, and then he like grabs my card and then puts his down and then gives it back to me after. And I was like, maybe he's trying to be nice, but it's not coming off good. He also pays for the snacks, whatever. We get to the seats. Again, it's a Marvel movie. He loves Marvel.
By the way, so he's making it worse, right?
He's making it so much worse.
Like he could have recovered, maybe.
Yeah.
Like you're like, no, it's okay, and he's like, no, come on, I want to treat you, come on.
And then I would have been like, okay, thanks.
And then he could have been like, okay, fine, I'll grab the snacks.
Yeah.
Like kind of like, yo, bro, like look at the energy, read the kind of situation. You're like, and then he could have been like, all right, cool, all right, thanks for the movie tickets, I'll get the snacks.
Yeah.
And you would have been more like, okay, like, yeah.
I would have been fine. I would have bounced back. I was still there. Like
he was making it heavier. Like, okay.
Yeah. So then we get into the movie theater. We're sitting in the very top row, like all the way in the back. And I'm thinking, okay, cool, because like this is our first date. First dates for a movie are already a bad idea. I don't know you at the end of this, and we've just been sitting next to each other for 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm not like a huge movie talker, so please don't hate on me in the comments. But I do like, especially like on a date or whatever, like like to like chit chat a little bit. You know what I mean? Like you
And
say
he's like,
something
"Shh."
funny that happened. I'm trying to just like make tiny. Again, I think it was Venom actually. I'm like pretty sure now. We are like 3 minutes into this movie and something happened and I just went to like make a comment like, oh, that was funny or something just so small. You know what I mean? Just like trying to connect with this man on any level.
Yeah.
And he keeps shushing me.
He shushed
He shushed me.
He shushed
He's
you.
like, shh.
Dang!
I was like, oh, okay. Oh my God.
No.
I tried.
Did he look at you?
More times.
Did he
just
look
like like pretend you're sitting next to me.
And I'm like, okay, so you're him. You're him, right? You're him. And I'm like,
and I'm intently watching.
And I'm like next to you, and I'm like, that was so crazy. Shh. Damn.
Just like it was like not even a full.
Where you couldn't even get what you wanted to say out.
I think my jaw literally dropped to the floor. Also, I forgot an important part. When he got there, mind you.
As in when he got there to pick you up?
We matched on Tinder. Yes.
Okay.
I'm backtracking a lot here. We matched on Tinder. This isn't even like the worst one, but this is great. He didn't have like a height in his bio. I'm not like a height girl. Like I'm not like, oh, I'm only gonna match with you if you're above this. That's not something that matters a ton to me. This man offered. I didn't ask. I didn't even like insinuate like anything of his height. Like that was not even like in the realm of conversation. And he volunteered that he was 6 foot.
He just threw that out there.
He volunteered that he was 6 foot. Yeah. Just completely devoid of any of the conversation that we were having. Man's got there. He jumped out of his truck and he was 5'6".
No.
He was my height. He was maybe an inch taller than me.
No.
Maybe.
Delusion.
Why would you offer that? If you would have jumped out of the truck and you're 5'6", I don't care. Me personally,
he hopped out of the truck
I don't care. And I went,
boing.
Okay.
There was a point.
Yeah, dude. It was. Anyways,
and who cares if you're 5'6"? Like, that doesn't even matter. That's
I
not
don't
even
care if you're 5'6". I don't care.
But the funny thing is that I was
in shock and awe. You volunteered that you were 6 foot. I didn't ask you, and then you jumped out and you're 5'6". Okay, babe.
I mean, if
what's going on?
Someone's that's 5'11", they might throw 6 out there.
Okay, who cares?
To like feel 6. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
6 feet.
Yeah.
And
that's fine. And I don't care. I know.
Could have been in the league.
There's like a joke that it's like whenever a man has like his like height in his bio, you subtract 2 inches and that's his real height.
Dude, but maybe it was autocorrect. Maybe he was trying to say I'm 5'6".
Oh
like, hey,
gosh.
I'm 5'6". Like, cause he's self-conscious about it. Like, hey, I'm 5'6". And like something happened and it's like, yo, I'm 6.
Gosh, no.
But he does have 6. No,
he has 6 in it.
Yeah, there's a 6.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, so
whatever.
He's.
I tried talking to him 2 more times, met with the exact same reaction, so I just sit in silence, angry for the rest of the movie. I was like, I was just upset.
But you stuck it out till the end.
I stuck it out. And mind you, I know how Marvel movie works or whatever, right? Like, well, I was going to leave it because I also was like, I'm already here. I paid for the ticket. Like, I might as well watch the movie. And I stopped eating snacks also, by the way, because I was like, I don't want this man to think he has any ounce of like that I owe him anything.
Yeah,
you know. So whatever. So then I just stuck it out, and I know how Marvel movie works. I know that there's an end, like a post-credit scene. I always watch them or whatever, but the credits start rolling and I'm ready to dip. Yeah. Right. And he fully, because we're sitting on like the end of the thing or whatever, on the end of the aisle, he fully blocks me from leaving. He's like, no, like we have to wait.
This guy is so intense.
And I could have left or whatever, but I was like, I think I was just like, okay, whatever. Also, like, I wasn't sure at that point how I was going to get home. And so then we wait, we watch the thing, we go to leave, and he's talking to me or whatever. And he keeps trying to hold my hand.
This is going well for him. In his mind, he's killing it.
He's
got
like,
the max.
He comes out of the movie with like level 10 energy. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was like, so whatever. Basically, we come out of the movie. He's just kind of like throwing Marvel facts at me, and I'm just kind of like, okay, you know, whatever. Like,
because you're like, I don't care.
And
you should have hit him with a shh.
I was texting a friend, and I was like, how soon can you get to the mall? Like, how fast can you get here? Yeah, you know what I mean. And then at the time, I was like pretty good friends with one of my coworkers. Her name was Daily, shout out. And so then this man, at one point, I'm texting or whatever, and I'm texting, and he grabs my hand. He grabs my wrist.
Yep.
And then is holding my hand. My fingers are spread open.
Yeah.
And this man is holding my hand.
So he grabs your hand.
Yes.
With one, he grabs your wrist with one hand.
Yes.
And then hits you and then interlaces.
It was like yes. I can't remember exactly whatever point. I just remember him grabbing my wrist and then like putting my hand down and then grabbing my hand, and I have my fingers open. And at this point, Daly's responding to me because I knew that she was like always out because it was like a Friday night.
Yeah.
And she was like, Yuma. We were at a movie theater that was like in a mall, and the biggest place right there was like Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm literally at Buffalo Wild Wings. Come grab me. You know what I mean? And she's like, I'll take you home. Like she was like at the bar.
But how did you get loose?
And so then I was telling him, I was like, hey, I have to go, whatever. And he was like, and then at that point, I think he realized that I was like trying to escape the date.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you have to go, whatever. And I was like, yeah. Like my friend's over there. She's going to take me home. Like my friend's literally inside of Buffalo. We were
And he's still holding on to your hand.
And he's still holding on to my hand. And he was like, no. He's like, I have to take you home. Like, whatever. Like, I got you here. Like, I have to make sure that you get home safe. And I was like, my friend is going to make sure that I get home safe. Like, yeah, it was so weird. And he was just like, no, like, basically he was saying that, like, he was, like, responsible for me.
Idiot.
And I ended up just, like, I, like, tugged my arm away or whatever. And I went to, like, also, like, grab my phone again with two hands just to, like, do not...
Yeah.
Like to have something to occupy my hands, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he just was like super angry.
Yeah, you start tying your shoes, you know? He's like undoing your belt and then just doing it again to keep your hands busy.
Just
you know
anything,
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you randomly had two Q-tips.
Start fixing my hair.
Yeah,
no, and he just like huffed and puffed away, and then like didn't even and that was it. And then he ended up. I think he messaged me like a couple days later and was like, "Oh, like you could just tell me like if you don't want to see me again."
Like, bro, I was trying to tell you like throughout the whole night.
Because we didn't text at all after that date. Obviously,
Yeah,
holy smokes!
Yeah, wow.
Thank you for letting me share.
That was hardcore. I mean, I thought it was like, I mean, that's fine. Like all the details were fine.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to like, oh, this and this happened. It freaking 18 minutes in.
I didn't
like,
even mean to go off that long, but it was just,
It was funny though. It's funny because like it just got worse and worse and worse.
It did. It was that whole day. And that wasn't even the worst one, but that whole dating, that was one of the top bad ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good though. I enjoyed that.
Thank you.
My first one is also movie related.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna jump into like these like quick stories.
Yeah.
So we'll do one and one.
Okay.
Well, I think you have more than I do, so maybe you could just do them all or whatever. We'll see how we're doing on time, but I'll do the first one.
Okay.
Okay. So it says, "What's the weirdest date you've been on?" I'll go first. We were going to see a movie and didn't buy tickets in advance and couldn't get two tickets next to each other, so we ended up sitting on opposite sides of the theater. And then the movie ended, and we were like, cool, okay, bye. So like they basically like saw a movie by themselves, you know? Like that's so sad.
They just showed up together.
Yeah.
At that point, like you could totally be like, hey, like let's go get like an ice cream or like a boba or something.
Yeah,
after,
yeah.
Just to try and reconcile it all.
I mean, but like, can you come back from that? Like, can you come back from that? Like, I mean, it's so bad already, you know?
No, yeah, but I guess if like, So
like, they basically like met up. They're like, oh, damn, there's no tickets next to each other. Okay, well, I mean, you know what's so funny? At that point, like, then just don't see the movie. Go get the ice cream.
Do something else.
Go get the ice cream before.
Yeah, that's so weird. They were standing in front of the ticket booth and just be like, "Yo, I guess. Do you still want to see it? Like, well, what else are we gonna do?"
And then maybe the guy's like, "Damn, well, I really want to see Venom, so let's do it."
So
you know what I mean? Like, she was like, "Oh, well, we'll do something else," but like the homie was like so committed, he wanted to see Venom, and then they sat just by themselves, and then just like, "Okay, bye."
Cool. Thanks for nothing. Gosh. Okay. This one says, I met a lovely girl on Tinder. We hit it off and had great conversation. Decided to meet in person for coffee the next day. She showed up on time, looked just like her pictures, and she brought her boyfriend.
Damn. So they were looking for like a throuple?
That was the options. Somebody said that there are 3 options. That she was trying to make her boyfriend jealous.
Yep. But like, oh my God. Okay.
Set up a threesome.
Yeah.
or she didn't know what Tinder was about.
Idiot. I feel like that was like a throuple
options.
threesome situation right there.
Something weird. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's funny.
But just
that
like,
sucks.
not that like I mean, you can look for whatever, but I'm saying like be forthcoming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like show up and it's like, okay, I guess you already, whatever. So stupid.
Okay. New guy at work was kind of cool, so I invited him to a house party with my close friends because we all like to drink and play games. We play strip poker or something. That they play strip poker
With your coworkers?
No, with her friends.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
she invited her coworker. Okay,
yeah,
okay,
new guy
okay.
at work was kind of cool, so
Okay.
I invited him to a house party with my close friends.
Gotcha.
Because we all like to drink and play games. We play strip poker or something, and dude literally takes his pants off first and underwear second. It says,
Hey, Winnie the Pooh it. Hey, Winnie the Pooh.
It says. It says D out first time we hung out.
Oh my god.
Shirt still on. Said it was the only way he played because he's no pussy. My friends were confused. I was mortified. I brought this weird ass to a party. We weren't even drunk yet. It was the second game. He's like, so anyway, we've been together for 5 years and got married in July.
Oh my god. Oh my god. She's also crazy. I mean, maybe match made in heaven, but holy smokes.
That's an alpha male right there.
That's
Alpha energy.
That is a predator.
He's a predator.
That is
hide
a
your kids,
predator.
hide your wife.
That
Oh
is
no!
a
Oh Jesus!
Winnie
Not
the
the
Pooh
kids part. Damn, not the kids
I mean, not that part.
hide your wife. Hide your wife. This
Hide
guy,
your wife, hide your girlfriend.
he is an
Dude.
alpha male.
He's scary.
He's like, I ain't no punk bitch.
I can't imagine how
He
do
was
you marry that man?
Asserting dominance to everyone that was there,
Just soft.
dude.
Just flaccid.
Just chilling.
Just flaccid, dude. That's crazy.
And he was on a bar stool. No, I'm just kidding. You know, like if everyone was sitting down like normal height, but like he's
eye level.
just like eye level. Oh, I love it.
That's so funny. I went to like there's like this bar in town or whatever where like on the wall of like the whatever on all the walls there's just pictures of people's boobs and butts.
Okay.
Right? Like that you offer
Just
to take
ass.
a picture. Just it's like Polaroids from inside the bar.
Still
it's
ass.
Like, you go to the bar and you're like oh I want a picture of my I want to take one of the pictures
And they're
of
all
my
on the
butt.
wall.
And they're all on the wall.
So it's like very aesthetic.
It looks pretty cool. But and so I remember
You didn't appreciate my
your use of the word aesthetic.
Yeah, I feel like
What year is it?
I said aesthetic.
Oh my god.
Come on.
You didn't enunciate enough.
I did. I'm like, so it's on the wall. So I was like, oh, so it's very aesthetic. And then I was like, nothing.
I'm so sorry.
Crickets.
Say it again.
No,
We're
no,
gonna
it
cut that
wasn't
part out.
It
I'm
wasn't
just
that
kidding.
good. I guess it wasn't that funny.
It wasn't.
So it's very aesthetic. I just give you a
I
second.
know. I did it on purpose.
Just breaking my heart.
That's what I'm here
Don't go
for.
breaking my heart.
That's what I'm here for.
Damn.
But anyway,
All right.
so I remember we were looking at the picture. Like I was there with somebody, and we were looking at the picture. And we're like, "There's not a single penis on this wall. Like, how has nobody thought to do that?"
Oh,
you know what I mean? And then we were like, but also like it would be a weird decision to like, do I go to the bathroom first or just like have a picture of my flaccid penis on this wall?
Oh, just
Anyways.
worm.
Just
worming it.
shrinkage.
All right, go for it.
Okay. So this one, the prompt was, men, what's the creepiest thing a woman has ever said to you?
Mm-hmm.
And this one says, I was stoned and hooking up with this girl. There was a lot of foreplay and she was sitting on me. And then she was licking his neck. Like, and then at a certain point, he's like, she's slobbering on my neck. And then she sits up, moves her face an inch from mine and says, where did you get your skin from? It's delicious.
Oh, jeesh. Silence of the Lambs.
Straight up. And he said, I was so high, all I could think to reply was my parents.
Oh my gosh. Freaky.
It's so weird.
Dude, that's freaky. I don't even know what to say to that. Like,
just like,
what do you do?
especially
do
like
you
if you're high, I would be freaked out.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay,
Like
please leave.
Paranoid paranoia enters the chat.
Yeah.
You know,
straight up. She's a vampire. She's gonna freaking bite me.
Okay. I got next one is. I once agreed to meet a lady in a pub for a date. I arrived and she was sat with her 6 kids. I bought them all a drink and politely left shortly after. Oh the first time I read that, I laughed so much more.
Yeah.
Like, this time I'm like, oh wait, that's not that funny. But like, I guess I just imagined the whole situation. Like, I don't know. I don't even know how old these kids are, but
6 children is awesome.
Yeah, I just I saw almost like Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, and
straight up
just rolls up to a posse. You know what I mean?
At a bar too.
I mean,
she said pub.
Yeah, pub. So obviously
that's a bar. Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere in England. I mean,
that's a British bar.
Yeah.
No, yeah. That's I can't imagine. You're taking your 6 children to a bar. How do you get them ready for that?
Or maybe like
everybody
pubs.
Put your shoes on. We're gonna go to a freaking bar.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah. Everybody put your shoes on.
Get a book or something because there's nothing for you to do.
I don't know.
Jeez. Okay, this one says, "What's the worst excuse for cheating?" And then somebody said that their husband of 3 years told them, "You aren't actually my type."
What?
That's so sad.
Why?
Huh?
That's messed up.
Yeah, this is another one for the same prompt, so I'm just gonna read it because I have like a little bit more or whatever. It says, "This happened to a good friend of mine. I was with him after this little gem was dropped on him, and it took some time to recover. I wasn't actually cheating on you. I was dating the other guy first, so actually I was cheating on him."
Oh my gosh.
And she didn't see what was wrong with that statement.
Just wild.
That's insane.
So, but who did she end up with?
¿Quién sabe?
No se sabe, chico.
Hopefully neither of them.
Like, the point is you were a cheater.
No, yeah,
I wasn't cheating on you.
I wasn't cheating on you.
I was cheating on him.
I was actually cheating on him.
because
I picked you after I picked him.
Like, that's not how it works.
Yeah. Yes, it is. According to her.
According to her.
She's delusional.
I got, he kissed me and pulled back and said, "Wait, there's just a little." I was embarrassed. I thought I had something in my teeth. He put his hand in my mouth and said, "I think this tooth is wobbly." It says, "I think this tooth is wobbly." I was 19 with all my adult teeth.
What?
He was just, tongue was just
he
all
put
up in there.
His hand in her mouth?
Yeah, I guess he was like kissing her. And then he's like, "Wait, there's just a little." So maybe he went like that. So she, whatever. She must have been like, "Oh, there's something in my teeth." Okay, I guess he's going to get it. And he stuck his finger in there and he's like, "This tooth's a little wobbly."
Oh my God. I would. I mean,
he's got to be going to dentist school.
Something. Oh, holy smokes! That's horrendous.
First
of all, if somebody's approaching my mouth with their hands, I'm immediately putting my dukes up. I can't. That's insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe she just. I don't know. Okay, this one's asking, what's the worst ick you've gotten from? Like what the ick thing is or whatever, from like a partner or whatever. And it says, we were talking about our interests after I listened to him blab about his lawnscaping business. Like, whatever. I went to talk about my interests and he interrupted me to say, "Wow, you really have nothing interesting to say, do you?"
Wait. I got confused with the landscaping. Like, not a real, like, landscaping.
Yeah, but isn't it landscaping?
Landscape, yeah.
It's called landscaping, and he was saying lawnscaping.
Oh, okay.
So that's already like a little bit of an ick by itself, probably. To like hear somebody say lawnscaping, and you're like, it's landscaping.
But what? And then what would he say at the end?
And then he was talking about his interests, and then she went to talk about hers, and he said, "Wow, you really have nothing interesting to say, do you?"
So just roasted her because he didn't like what she was. What she was
her interest.
Yeah. Damn.
And like, how do you listen to somebody talk about landscaping for that long? You know what I mean? So she sat through it, and he was like, "Wow, you're boring."
Oh, I get it now. I totally like. I was like, it's because I got confused when you like went lawnscaping. Mm-hmm. I then associated. I was like with manscaping. Oh. So I thought it was something to do with that. And I got confused, but. So the guy's like talking about his like lawnscaping business, and she's like being polite. Then she's like, "Okay, my turn. I'll talk about my interests."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, you have nothing in interesting to say, do you?"
Yeah, horrendous.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Also, like, hearing somebody say lawnscaping by itself, again, I already kind of said this, but, like, that would already be an ick. Like, I don't know if I could sit through that.
I mean, I call it landscaping, but maybe some people do call it lawnscaping.
Well,
I've never heard it, though.
yeah, I don't like it either way.
You ready for this one?
Yeah.
Randomly whipped it out in my car when we were in the midst of a conversation. Boom.
I have a story with that.
I know you do.
You know the story. It's so bad.
You want to say it?
Yeah.
Go for it.
It's better than the rest of the stuff I have. This stuff I have is fine, but... So, one time... Okay, so I had this friend for a really long time. I still have nothing but love for her in case she sees this, but we're not friends anymore. And basically she would make really bad decisions, and this is the one and only time I ever felt like betrayed by her. I was like, what's wrong with you? So she was seeing this guy, and this guy had a roommate. I didn't know anything about him, but I knew that she liked the guy she was seeing or whatever, and so she kept telling, and they were both from like Boston. And so she kept telling me that like I needed to go out with that roommate, right? And I was like, well, he must be like a good guy, like she likes the guy she's seeing, whatever, right? So so after like 2 weeks or something, I come back from like a vacation one day, and I'm sitting at home, and then it was like, hey, like that I let her give that dude my phone number, and we were texting, and he was like, let's go out right now. Okay, whatever. And then he was like, hey, like, do you mind I can't remember why he wanted me to pick him up, but he did. And I can't remember why I agreed, but I did. So then I was like, oh, I think because we were going to go hang out like in his apartment's pool or something. I don't know. Or we were just going to go for a drive. That's what it was. We were going to go for a drive, but I can't remember. I was like, I wanted to drive or something. It doesn't matter. Point being, I should pull up to his apartment, right? I pull up. Actually, I don't even know if you know this part, but he wasn't even there for like 3 more minutes. And so then I call him, and I was like, I'm going to leave. And then he was like, no, like I'm pulling up. And so then he gets out of the car or whatever. He was riding passenger in the car that he got out of. He was drunk already off the bat, like not plastered, but he was definitely tipsy. Jumps right into my car. I don't know why I kept going. I should have just kicked him out of my car on the spot.
Because you commit.
I committed too hard.
You commit. I like your commitment.
So I did so then we're talking. I can't even remember what we were talking about. Just sinking ship. This man is
you're just on just going down.
Oh, actually, he was telling me about this his ex-girlfriend, and like how she was insane, and how like she had like broken like the windshield of his car with like a what's called a golf club, like all this stuff, right? And I'm just like, oh my god. And we had met each other 3 minutes prior, you know what I mean? So I basically do like 1 lap around the block, and I'm like, this is going horrendous. So then I pull up back. I don't tell him that I'm going back to his apartment. I just pull up back in front of his apartment, and as we're pulling in, he's like, what are you doing? And I was like, and I pulled up in front of his apartment, and I was like, get out of my car. And then he was like, no, like, I'm so sorry, like, whatever, like, give me one more shot. And for like 3 minutes, I'm sitting there going, get out of my car. And then I don't know why I let him sweeten me up again, because he was like also very charming. He was very charming. So he
convinced you?
So he convinced me to he's like, just do one more lap, give me 10 minutes. Okay, whatever. He was charming enough, and I was stupid. And so then I was like, okay, whatever. So then I go to do like another like lap or whatever. But this time I was like, I don't like, where are we even going? Like, where are we going? And so he's like, give me directions. We end up like in the middle of town, and he was being like nice enough. And then out of nowhere, he starts going, he's like asking me, he's like keeps trying to make out with me, and like grabbing my head
while
at like
driving.
stoplights and stuff. He keeps trying to make out with me, and then at a certain point he's trying to make out with me just while I'm actively driving. And I was like, I don't even know you.
Just wasted.
And then he starts like, he just basically was saying like, oh, like I thought that you like might have been down to just like hook up or whatever. And I was like, what gave you that impression? Like, whatever. And then he's like, I just thought that was going to be the case. And he starts going, just please just touch my dick. He's like, please touch my dick. Begging.
Just touch it.
He's like, just touch it. And then he's like,
He didn't whip it out.
He didn't whip it out, but he kept like just
yeah.
gesturing too much around.
He's
and
like he was like the people at the
planes.
The
yeah.
planes. He's like just
and
come on.
Because then he was asking me to like do other stuff, and then I was like no, what is wrong with you? And then he was like, please just touch it, please touch it. I was like, no.
But did you please tell me you drove home?
So I drove him back to his apartment. I asked him to get out of in my car again, and he didn't. So I got out of the car, walked around to the passenger door, opened the door, and pulled him. I think I unbuckled the seatbelt and I pulled him out of my car. And then like just the funny thing after is that like he ended up, because again my best friend at the time was seeing his roommate, my best friend at the time was seeing the dude that I was in the car with's roommate. Right. And so then I would go pick her up at that apartment all the time. You know what I mean? I didn't want to talk to that guy anymore.
Yeah.
And so, but every time I would pull up there, he would run, sprint out of the apartment and come talk to me. And, and also we couldn't even hang out in his apartment because he was sleeping basically in a closet at that apartment. And it was just like, it was a whole disaster. But yeah, and so then I found out because of that whole situation that he ended up telling his roommate that we had sex.
What?
And I was like, no, we didn't. And I was like, no, we didn't. And so because we didn't, and then so then every time I would pick him up, he would after that I found out, because then they would always both come out of the apartment and like to come like talk to me or whatever, because I guess we were kind of on friendly enough terms while I was waiting for my friend or whatever. And so every time after that, I would like roll my windows down after we were driving away, and I would just scream at him, just please, what he was saying to me, please touch it, please touch it.
You yell that back to him?
Yeah, and every time he would get so red.
Yeah,
because I obviously told the roommate, I was like, we did not, and he was begging me to touch the stick.
Oh my
so
gosh,
bad.
that
wasn't even a date. That was just like an experience that I had. That was horrible.
We're gonna count it as a date.
I hope not.
No.
I can't have that in my track record.
Yeah.
God.
Okay, here we go. One time I got set up with a guy through a mutual friend. Before he came to pick me up, he said, "Do you mind if we take my motorcycle?" I was like, "Sure." So I wore a leather jacket and got all sexy. And this boy shows up on a single seat bike, and I had to ride in the sidecar.
Criminal.
Dude,
criminal. I feel so sad for her.
Like, dude, I can just imagine her. Like, she's like,
she had Beyonce playing. She had Fergie playing in her room. She's doing her makeup full leather. She's doing her makeup for an hour. She's got her hair done up in a way where it's not going to get messed up.
She's like,
I understand.
I've never gone on a date on a motorcycle before. This is gonna be so sexy. It's gonna be so cool. Gonna be on the back of his motorcycle,
and then she had to
holding
sit
on.
In the sidecar.
She's sitting in the sidecar, just.
That's shameful. In her full leather, makeup done, hair done.
Just like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to look like a fool in the sidecar.
Yeah.
Because like the guide's on the motorcycle, right? So he's going wherever he's going. He's holding on.
She's got her tits out.
Yeah, she's in the side.
Ready.
She's just in the sidecar, like, and then the thing is, the sidecar is like low, right?
Yeah.
So like, imagine they roll up to the stoplight, and then she's like looking.
Yeah.
She's got to
pitiful.
She's got to like look up at him.
Pitiful.
Sidecar, and then the sidecar detaches. Dumb.
You go off the rails. Yeah. So dumb. Okay, this is another one. This is another ick one, and this says that he grabbed me by the face on our first date, stroked my under eyes, and said, "You need to take better care of yourself."
Oh my gosh! What?
That's like. Oh my gosh. And she's
dermatologist.
She's like, I'm a 37-year-old with kids, and my under eye circles are like passed down or whatever.
Oh my gosh.
So sad. That's
just like destroyed her.
That reminds me of guys that are like you need to remember to eat today. You know what I mean? Because I'd be like, oh, I haven't, like, whatever. It's like you need to take care of yourself. You need to remember to. I'm eating fine. You know what I mean? Like, leave me. I drink water. I can take care of you're not my father. Like, but it's just like you need to, like, it's like that trope from like the early 2000s of like kissing like self-harm scars.
Kissing what?
Like self-harm scar, like self-inflicted scars.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, I'm gonna kiss. Like, what is that gonna do? You know, like I feel like that's what he was trying to emulate.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Damn. But like, I don't understand. What do they think they're achieving?
They're just being nice guys.
Like nice guy. Like, yeah. Well.
Yeah. You need to remember to eat today, girl. I'm fine. I'm fed. I'm well fed.
Yeah. My date picked me up and drove us to a restaurant. When we got there, he grabbed his backpack, which I thought was strange. He then specifically requested a table next to an outlet. I soon found out what he needed his backpack and outlet for. I kid you not. He pulled out his laptop to show me a PowerPoint presentation on a pyramid scheme he wanted to recruit me for. He spent the entire date trying to recruit me.
You know what? At least with this one, the roles are reversed because I feel like it's always a Mary Kay girl asking, like, trying to get like some dude to like get all of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. So this guy's out there on Tinder just matching with everyone, recruiting everyone to like a pyramid scheme. He's probably balling.
Probably. I mean, I might feel awkward and feel obliged to buy like 1 pack of Mary Kay. You know what I mean? Anyway.
Go for it.
Okay, so this is still another ick one. It says, had a guy once whose car smelled so bad that I had to try not to throw up while sticking my head out the window. He couldn't smell it. I thought I was going to die. Turns out he forgot a double cheeseburger in the back of his car for over 2 weeks in the hot sun. I don't know what bothered me more, the smell or the fact that it didn't bother him.
I mean, the guy, every time he got out of the car and went back into the car, like his nose needs to reset.
I don't, or unless he just like also lives in filth.
Yeah.
There's no resetting at that point.
Dude, that's disgusting. So they're like driving down the road and she has like her head out of the window.
Just ready to throw up.
Oh my gosh.
That's so bad.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I allowed my friend from college to set me up on a date, which ended up being a group date out on the lake. My date, Austin, was plastered by the afternoon, and we all decided to go for a swim. At one point during the swim, he got very quiet. The group looked in his direction, and we noticed his face looked like that of a constipated child. His friend yelled, "Get in the boat now!" Moments later, we saw a very large turd float to the surface next to Austin. Oh. Austin laughingly got back in the boat and acted as if nothing happened. Just dropped a deuce. Just dropped a deuce.
Your brother's done that in the ocean before.
He has.
Yeah,
he's nasty. Dude, this guy just was like in the lake. He's like,
the fact that they could see it on his face means he probably didn't really have to go. No. That makes me think it was on purpose.
Or
you just like freaking.
Or he does this. He does this.
That's what I'm saying. He did it on purpose.
No, I'm saying he's done it multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, it sounds like, get in the boat now. Like, his friends knew, like, this was taking a dump.
Yeah.
He's just about to duke it out right now.
And then he just laughs.
And just laughs and, like, gets in the boat.
He does this every time. Stop inviting him to the lake. He's not invited to the lake anymore.
I mean, apparently they probably enjoy the fact that he's crazy because,
oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like, that's nasty.
That's gross. It's funny, but it's gross.
That was my last one.
Okay, so this is my last one. It's another ick-related one, which this feels like more than an ick, but she said, I realized he was faking seizures our entire relationship to get out of helping me do chores or cook meals.
No!
She found out because after a year of they dated less than a year, and after that time, she like met his family or whatever and realized that he had never had a seizure in front of them in their entire lives.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Savagery.
Yeah. And then he admitted it, I guess, after like a whole argument.
I am speechless.
How the freak?
So she's like, hey, oh man, after we do dinner, we gotta do the
seizing. Yeah.
Just
dude.
Seizing.
That's
seizing.
Crazy behavior.
Can you throw the trash out? Just
but you know what's so gets funny? On the floor and starts convulsing.
But like, also, okay, after his seizure, his fake seizure episode, then obviously she's like, oh my God, I gotta help him or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You're okay. You're back to normal. Well, then the dishes still need to get done, and like, the
no, but it's probably like
done.
How do you ask somebody to do? You know what I mean? Like if that was me, I could totally see falling for that because I'd be like, you just had a seizure. Like you still have to recover. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, oh, I have a seizure, I'm gonna get back on my feet and run a mile. You know what I mean? Like, you still, it's like, go lay down. I got the dishes. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, I guess I was just thinking like
I'll bring you
like
some water.
laundry. You know, laundry. You don't need to do laundry that moment.
Oh,
Like you could wait for the next day.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, did at some point
Just
in the next
3
day,
times a day he's having a seizure.
Yeah, like or the next day she's like, hey, can you help me with the laundry now? And then goes into the
seizing.
Crazy,
Wild.
Savage.
Crazy dating.
So that was it. That was
Yeah.
it for the episode, for the stories, huh? I mean, we had no idea we were gonna do 2 of your personal ones.
Me either.
Today.
I
That
didn't
was fun.
anticipate it, but it was. I mean, whatever. I'll air myself out.
Yeah. So we hope you guys enjoyed this kind of content also.
Let us know.
Like a whole bunch more, stories and stories. I'm like, what am I saying?
I don't know. We just talk on here for
Yeah.
freaking 40 minutes. You guys just listen if you want to.
Yeah. Even if you guys don't want to listen, I mean, we're still gonna do it.
Just play it in the background anyways because we would like to get famous.
What?
I want to be famous. That one line.
Which one?
That I want to be famous.
From where? Where's that from?
It's like a little girl. It's a vine. It's a little girl and she's chewing gum and she goes, I want to be famous.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. I was thinking.
Look it up, everybody, after.
I was thinking something like related to like Borat or something. Like I don't know, like some kind of like Eastern European accent. Like I want to be famous.
She kind of did have that accent.
Yeah,
I don't know. But anyways, check out our Instagram, check out our TikTok, check out our clips, and we'll see you next week. Peace.